This is the village of San Sebastian de Garabandal, situated in the Cantabrian Mountains in the province of Santander in the north of Spain. As you can see, the houses are very poor, this being a village without electric lights or television during the years 1961 through 1965. Here we see the village people tending cattle. During the years of 1961 to 1965, there took place more than 2,000 apparitions of the Virgin Mary to 4 peasant children. In this sunken lane, the first apparition took place. Here in this pine grove occurred hundreds of apparitions. Here, the great miracle will take place that the Virgin promised to the children. These are the children: Mariloli, Conchita, Mari Cruz, and Jacinta. This picture was taken in a typical street in the town. This picture shows them smiling, Mariloli to the left, then Jacinta, Mari Cruz, and Conchita to the right with long braids. Only part of her face is visible. Here are the girls again in one of the ecstasies in which they saw the Virgin Mary. A priest has his ear close to Conchita's face in order to hear what she is saying to the Virgin Mary. Mariloli and Mari Cruz are also with her. This is Conchita alone in ecstasy in an apparition with the Virgin Mary. There are peasant people around her, 2 boys observing her, and a woman to her right watching her. These apparitions that the girls had in Garabandal between the years of 1961 to 1965 really impressed me as a medical man. Above all, I am very impressed with the miracle that will take place. The Virgin has promised that it will occur. I understand that it will take place very soon. During this miracle, the Virgin has promised that those who are sick will be cured. Regardless if they are cancer patients, or blind, or with mental problems, the sick who are present will be cured. This is significant, at least for me. This is unprecedented in the history of mankind. The Virgin has promised that the sick present in Garabandal will be cured. No exceptions, no qualifications. Simply the sick present will be cured. No matter if there is cancer or paralysis, blindness, mental illness, the sick present will be cured. There was nothing specified with respect to Catholics, Protestants, Jews. There were no exceptions according to type of religion. Just the sick who are present will be cured.
Los enfermos que estén presentes serán curados. Entonces, aquí en estas apariciones de Garabandal,
involved in these apparitions were 4 girls. With us today is Conchita Gonzalez, one of them. We are fortunate to have her here today. I'd like to talk to her about all these apparitions that occurred between the years of 1961 to 1965. Do you have any recollection of those years in your village of Garabandal?
Of course, I will never forget it. I have tried. I even left the village with that intention, but everywhere I am, I always remember it.
Do you know that there have been several books written concerning you in Garabandal? There are 3 or 4 books written in French, 4 or 5 in Spanish. In English, there are about 3 or 4. In Italian, there are also 3 or 4. And today I saw a book written in Portuguese. There are about 3 books written in German also. I would very much like to have a talk with you today about all of these things concerning the apparitions. What occurred, what did the Virgin promise, and the great miracle, which is what makes the biggest impression on me. Here we have a picture of the Virgin Mary. Is this what the Virgin looked like when she appeared in Garabandal?
There is some resemblance in the way she is dressed, but the face does not look like her at all.
When the Virgin Mary came to see you, was she always motionless like this? Did her hair move? Did she move her hands?
She stood still. Her hands moved at times. Her hair moved.
So she acted like a normal person.
Yes.
So not like a picture standing there. She would move her lips, isn't that right?
Yes, and you could hear her voice in your ears, as you could with any other person.
When it was windy, did her hair move?
Yes, it would move.
So when there was wind in Garabandal, her hair moved?
Yes, just as if she was on Earth. We thought she was down here with us.
As an ordinary person?
Yes.
When the Virgin came, what feeling did you experience? Was she like a friend, or did you feel afraid?
Whenever she came, we felt a great joy. It was as though she had been on a trip and finally came back.
So how do you feel towards her? Like a friend?
I felt toward her like a friend, or just as my mother.
Did she always appear this way, or did she sometimes appear dressed another way?
She would always come with a white dress and a blue mantle. One time I remember we said to her, "Why do you come this way?" Because we were used to seeing the statues of the Virgin of Mount Carmel with a brown dress. So the next day, or several days later, I don't remember very well, she came dressed in brown. After that, she always came with a white dress and a blue mantle.
I think she also appeared sometimes with a child.
Yes, she sometimes came with a small infant.
Who was that infant? Was he the infant God?
We always called him Baby Jesus, but she never told us who he was.
All right. Notice on the statue of the Virgin that she has a scapular on her right hand?
Yes, she carries a brown scapular.
Did she always wear the scapular, or just
Always,
sometimes?
she always wore it.
Here is Loli, one of the seers, during one of the apparitions. She is carrying many rosaries and medals. Do you remember during the apparitions if the Virgin asked you to bring these objects for her to kiss?
Yes, she used to tell us to bring her objects so that she could kiss them. She said that those people wearing these objects would spend their purgatory here on earth. She also said that these objects would perform miracles or wonders. I think she said wonders, not miracles.
Do you recall any miracle or wonder done by a rosary that the Virgin kissed?
Certainly. I remember one about a medal. This little girl was in a coma. They had already given her all the sacraments, and they were waiting for her to die. A lady brought her a piece of pine from the tree where the Virgin appeared in the medal. This little girl was completely cured between that night and the following morning. She got married. Today she has children and is completely normal.
In this photo, we see Mari Loli with the rosaries. Did the Virgin ever talk to you about the rosary?
Every time we saw the Virgin, we would say the rosary with her. She taught us how to say the rosary with her.
How did she teach you? Did she lead you in praying
Yes,
it?
she used to lead us in praying it, and we would repeat her words.
How did she say it? Slowly or rapidly?
Slowly, very slowly. Slowly was usual.
Usual?
Entonces, creo que tenemos aquí una foto también de uno de los éxtasis.
I think we have here a photo of one of the ecstasies. Mari Loli is putting a ring on a married man. Do you remember about the rings? Did the Virgin ask for wedding rings to kiss?
Yes, the people would give us the wedding rings for the Virgin to kiss. Sometimes we would have rings on every finger. Then when we saw the Virgin, we would give them to her to kiss. She would tell us to put the rings on each person. She would say, "This ring for this person." We wouldn't see the rings or the persons, but we followed her directions.
That's remarkable because you're in ecstasy looking up. How did you know whose ring you had if you had your hands full of rings?
She would tell us, "Not this ring, but the one on your little finger," and so on. Let me tell you a case that happened once regarding these rings. A couple once gave me 2 rings for the Virgin to kiss. And the moment I gave them to the Virgin, she avoided them. Instead, she gave me a message for them and told me to tell them privately. The message was that this couple was not married and just living together. I told them and the couple cried. Later they got married.
Conchita, aquí tenemos otra foto del tiempo de las apariciones y aquí eres tú, de niña, que estás dando de besar el
Conchita,
crucifijo a un
here
señor.
we have another photo at the time of the apparitions. This is you as a child giving a man a crucifix to kiss. Do you remember these events, such as this with the crucifix?
I do remember very well. I remember that we would give people crucifixes to kiss. I don't know the people who kissed them. The Virgin would say to us, "Hold out your arms," and the crucifix would be kissed by whoever the Virgin wanted.
I remember there was something that happened with a small crucifix. Do you remember what happened during that apparition?
Yes, one day a man gave me a small crucifix about the size of a little fingernail. When I went to give it to the Virgin to kiss, it fell to the ground and I lost it. When the man came to ask me for the crucifix, I said I had lost it, but not to worry because I would ask the Virgin to help me find it. Several days later, I found it. The Virgin said to me, "Bend down and pick up that object." When I bent down, I picked up something covered with mud, and that was the crucifix I had lost.